Alright, here we are. We're at Universal Studios. Penny's freezing, so we can't show her until she warms up and wakes up. We're on our way. We're going down the City Walk. As you can see, here's the back of her head with the ears. So, you know, welcome to our show. We'll be showing you things like rides and, you know, what the walk is and stuff like that. I don't know what I'm supposed to say, but enjoy it.
Okay, we are super freezing. Like, I can barely talk. It is in the 40s, yes, in Florida. I have multiple layers on. I'm still cold because there's a very big wind factor here. The wind is blowing hard and it's freezing wind. Anyways, we just picked up our tickets from the will call kiosks over there, and we're going to get in to go to the gate so we can get in and get some coffee and something warm. I hope this wind just stops. Other than that, we're super excited to be at Universal. We're excited and we're icicles, but we're very excited to be here. If you already have your tickets, or if you need to go to the will call that we just went to pick up your tickets at the kiosks, after that you get into these lines here to get in. When you first arrive, you arrive in the main center before you get to Universal City Walk, and that's where they have the security and the temperature reading checks. But so once you get there, so now we're here. That's Universal Studios. There's two. There's this and Islands of Adventure, which we get to through the Hogwarts Express train. The irony is, I've been complaining about this mask situation this whole time, but I had my little disposable mask on when we arrived, but it was so cold with the wind that I put on my thick mask because it's actually keeping me warm. That thin, my face was freezing with the wind hitting it. So now I actually put this on so I could warm my face up. And it's not fogging up my glasses, and it's easy to breathe because there's a ice-chilling wind that is blowing into your face from the top, bottom, left, right, going into your mask, out of your mask. So at this point, well, yeah, I was right yesterday when I said that weather makes a big difference on how you can tolerate masks. Then now, you want a mask. If I didn't have a mask, I'd have like a shawl or something wrapped around my face because it's that bone chilling right now in Orlando. And I'm just praying that it's just gonna be like just in the morning. I mean, at least this wind chilling, bone chilling part. Oh, and here comes the wind. Oh, I can hear it. Here it comes. Ah, the palm trees are blowing in this crazy wind. Stop with the wind. No wind. We just came in through that entrance right there, and as soon as you come in, if you turn to your immediate right, you will see a rental services area. This is where you can rent scooters and wheelchairs and also strollers. And they did say that if you have a park hopper pass, which we do, where you can take the Hogwarts Express train from Universal Studios to Islands of Adventure, that you can take your vehicle with you. So that's good. So Scott is getting that set up for himself. Here's the Universal Studios store, which we're definitely going to hit, but not right now because I'm freezing. I need coffee and food before I can get some life into me. This is the entrance right there. Here they have cappuccinos and pastries. It says Today Cafe, like the Today Show. They said there's a Starbucks past Shrek to the right. There is Genco Imports. That's from one of the best masterpiece movies ever made, which is The Godfather. Genco. That was olive oil company that Vito Corleone owned. One of my family's, my dad's especially, favorite movies. Little tidbit, we actually danced, our father-daughter dance at my wedding to the Godfather waltz. And we tried to duplicate the wedding scene at Connie Corleone's wedding, which was an awesome part of my wedding. Besides the fact that we got married at Disneyland and had a Disney fairy tale wedding. But that part with my dad was really awesome. Starbucks. Alright, we gotta find the entrance. Thank you, Starbucks, for being here. You may just save me right now. Here is their Starbucks. Smaller than the one at Disney, but I don't care. It's a Starbucks. It's fine. It's great. Alright, we're gonna get our Starbucks and try to get some energy here.
Alright, coming to you live from downtown Universal. Just want to say it's cold outside. Brr. So my son, who I'm not even going to claim he's my son, because I'm sure if we did a DNA test, he probably isn't mine, because he loves the cold. Me, I love the heat. I don't like layering up. I'm a t-shirt, shorts, flip-flops kind of guy. It's cold. Maybe it's cold outside doesn't quite describe how cold my buttocks are right now.
Yo, man. Yeah. I'm so excited for the holiday season.
Dude, I love decorating for the holidays.
Me too.
Guys, speaking of holidays.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you show them what you've been working on?
You think they want to hear that?
I know they want to hear that.
Y'all want to hear my new beat? All right, check this out.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Is that Frank Sinatra? Yeah, that's Frank Sinatra.
I love me some Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, well, check out my holiday mix, man.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
And there is the night bus. For all you Harry Potter fans, remember the night bus? So cool. Love that movie. I love the whole movie series, and I actually read all the books with Nicholas when he was younger in elementary school. Here we are. We're entering the world of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. There's two sections to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. There's one section of Harry Potter here in the Wizarding World, and the other section is in the Islands of Adventure. In order to get in between them, you got to take the Hogwarts Express bus, which we will take, and that's really neat too. But we're actually rushing over to the ride because the ride line gets really long as people come in. It's still early in the morning here. In order to get onto these rides, they won't allow any backpacks, not even those small lounge flights. You actually have to come into these locker areas, and you have to rent a locker. They will allow you to get a free locker for a short period of time. You show your park pass onto the kiosk, and a locker will open up for the amount of time that it takes to go into the ride. After that, you pay for it for $2. This is Gringotts Bank. And all of you Harry Potter fans remember that scene where they walked into the bank actually a few times.
Here is the Very well. Move along to the security office to have your Gringotts identification photo taken. Then,
expectant mothers and individuals with heart, neck or back conditions or abnormal blood pressure, medical sensitivity to fog or stroke effects, recent surgeries, those prone to dizziness or motion sickness, or those who have any other conditions that may be aggravated by this experience should not run.
The goggles are right here. You can just grab a goggle. These are all sanitized goggles, and they come through. You grab one because it is a 3D type experience. You go up these awesomely Harry Potter-esque spiral staircase. That was awesome. It was awesome, awesome, awesome. I say awesome 3 times because it was. You have to go on this ride. You must. It's a must do. But it's in the Gringotts Bank. It's the scene in Harry Potter where Hermione tries to act like she's Bellatrix and get to the bank so they can get to the vault. That's the scene. And it's amazing. Kind of like a roller coaster type ride, but it's indoors with the 3D glasses. Amazing. Thumbs up. Triple thumbs up. Go on it. So these are the lockers I'm talking about. You go in here. If you scan your park ticket, it'll give you a locker for free to go on these rides for a limited amount of time. And then after that period of time, if you want to get a locker for longer periods of time, you pay money and you can have like a locker for the day. But they have these lockers next to all these rides. And again, you use your park ticket, and in order to reopen your locker, you use the park ticket again to reopen your locker.
So cold, you can see the smoke come out. Let's see if this guy's got some magic.
Seriously, you Harry Potter fans out there, doesn't it look like I just walked into the movie? I just walked into the movie. This is a secret alley right next to the Leaky Cauldron. You go into the secret alley. It's called Nocturne Alley. You guys will remember this from the movie. This is where the nastiest people kind of hang out, is in Nocturne Alley. You don't want to end up in Nocturne Alley. Well, I mean, in the movie. Here, you definitely want to come in here and check it out. And again, if you have an interactive wand, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. At many of these at many of these windows, you can go, as you can see, she is actually making all that happen with her interactive wand. And if you see that gentleman right there is also using his interactive wand to make those skeletons sing. All right. Oh, wow. Check this out. This is ornate designs to impress. I don't know if you guys can see in there. It's very dark. But there are a lot of things just moving around by themselves. All kinds of... Oh, and here's one of those newspapers. The moving live newspapers from the movie. All right, Nicholas is guiding me to Ollivander's wand shop. Again, it looks just like the wand shop in the movie. Here you can buy not only the interactive wands, which are a little more expensive, but you can buy non-interactive wands if you would prefer. We are in Ollivander's wand shop. Just like in the movie, it is everywhere. Wands galore. If they don't have a shiny label like these do, these are the non-interactive ones. They're a little bit cheaper if you'd rather get that, and you can also get all the different, like Death Eater one, and they're all labeled as to who you would like to have, and they all look different. $55 for interactive wands and $49 for non-interactive. So it's only a few dollars difference. Personally, I would get the interactive, and that's what Nicholas does. You might as well get, and you know, you can buy an interactive one, take it home, and the next time you come to Universal, bring it back and it'll still work. It's not like it's only going to work the first time that you come in here. Look at that. Wow. Everywhere. Right now we left the Wizarding World of Harry Potter on the Universal side, and because there's some rides that we'd like to ride at Universal Studios side before we hop on the Hogwarts Express to go to the other side of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. When you first arrive, you know, you can grab some food or something if you want, whatever you want to do, but the first thing you do after you get settled and grab some food is to go onto the Gringotts ride. It is the only ride at Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Diagon Alley on this side, and the lines will get long eventually. If you go there in the morning as quickly as possible, you'll whiz through. We actually whizzed through. For us, it was actually pretty much a walk-on. So that is a big tip, Penny's other tip of the day, because we have actually made the mistake the first time we came. We didn't go there right away, and the line was long. It's warming up and the wind went away, thank God. Hi! right.
The people is already know what it is.
All right.
Coming at you.
Yeah. There's a restaurant right here that's a monster theme, like classic monsters, like that. Themed restaurant called Monsters Cafe. And it's closed right now due to COVID, but we have been there, and inside of it is really cool. If you like the old classic Universal Studios movies, the monster movies, I would suggest going in there. The inside eating area is awesome. And they have, in normal times, a wide variety of, you know, food in terms of, again, the normal theme park stuff. There's Squidward and Patrick. Woohoo! Squidward and Patrick! Squidward! Hi Squidward! Hi Patrick! Hi guys! There's a new ride here since the last time we were here, which is called the Fast and Furious Supercharged, from the Fast and Furious movie franchise. So Nicholas and, well, mostly Scott is a Fast and Furious movie fan. So we're gonna hop on this ride and see what it's like. We are in line for the Fast and the Furious attraction.
There's no need to have 16 to 20 gallons of gas.
Party yours, welcome to Fast and Furious Supercharged. Safety, we ask that you and your group maintain a 6 feet safe distance from those around.
All right, we can finally see the end of the line here where they board us on these Jeep-looking things. These are actually the same kind of vehicles that it looks like it's almost the exact same thing they use when they board you onto the King Kong ride, which is in the on the other side of Universal in the second park in the Islands of Adventure that we're going to go to after we get off of this ride, which is the what's the name of this movie again?
Fast and Furious.
The Fast and the Furious ride. This is basically a guy movie, so I personally am not a fan of these movies. I watched like a few minutes of it once. They were just like cars, 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 and more cars, and I don't care. So, but Scott loves it, so it's like a guy flick. It's the opposite of a chick flick. So, you know. We just got off the Fast and the Furious ride, and that ride was time I can never get back from my life. Yeah. That was a complete wait. Now, I mean, forget the fact that I'm really not into the movies. Even if you aren't into the movies, Scott's into the movies. And it was just boring. It was, meh. I would not, you know, let's put it this way. If you got other things you want to ride on, do it. And there are a lot of other things to do at Universal. I would skip this one easily. Skip it, let it go, move on with your life, go on The Simpsons, you know, go into Harry Potter's Wizarding World. Skip this ride. We're gonna head on to the Mummy ride, which we've been on many times. They also have it in California, and it is a very fun ride. It's like a little roller coaster thing. It's indoors. This is the Mummy ride. Here for this ride, you will need to get a locker. There is no room in your seat at all. So we're gonna go into the locker area. So inside here, it kind of reminds me of the Indiana Jones ride. It's kind of that type of feel. Indoor dark roller coaster ride with animatronics, mummy themed. Very fast, very fun. I highly recommend it. You have to get a locker for it. When the ride finishes and you get off, you come into a guess what? Gift shop. Here's Lard Lad Donuts from The Simpsons. Krusty Burger. We've eaten there before, and they have, well, you guessed it, burgers. And some other stuff like, you know, chicken fingers and the usual theme park stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Here's a Moe's Bar. Here is the Simpsons ride. This is just like Back to the Future. They didn't change anything except the design. It's the same room you go into for you used to go to Back to the Future. That's the same line you used to wait in, you know, here in California.
Yes, I do actually, but you denied my request for test tube polish. I've been using rainwater in my shirt tails. Get out of here! Here we are at the vehicle boarding station.
I'm sorry, sir. People with heart conditions may not ride.
Why, I'm in the best shape I've ever... Oh, heart attack! Been in my life. I feel like a 20-stroke-year-old. Massive aneurysm. I'll wait outside.
Oh, you can watch Maggie.
You can enjoy each other's nonsense. You don't say! Well, back in my day, people never had to go. Well, Maggie, looks like I'll be taking care of. That's it, Maggie. Stay with Grandpa. Wow, we're the first people to ever ride this baby. We're like that space guy who did that moon thing.
Neil Armstrong?
No, Chewbacca.
Now enjoy the Ferris wheel, or whatever this is. What do you want?
A dish best served cold. Is it ice cream?
No. Go.
We're on vacation. Can't you kill me on a work day? Simpsons, get in that ride.
Forget it, Bob. We'll never. Dad.
I waited in line an hour for this thing and I'm riding it. Now hop in.
Now the last thing you'll ever see. A legally required safety.
Here are some brief guidelines to ensure a safe and pleasant experience. When the doors open, move immediately into the vehicle boarding station. Walk, don't run. Take your seats in an orderly fashion, and please watch your head as you enter the vehicle. If you have difficulty dealing with small spaces, make the crusty crew member aware of this before entering the vehicle. Once you are seated, please pull down on the lap bar. Please remain seated and face forward while the vehicle is in motion. Keep your arms and legs clear of the closing doors and inside the vehicle at all times. No still or motion picture photography of any kind is allowed. Thanks for your attention. Enjoy the ride.
All right, we just left the Simpsons ride. We are going towards Men in Black. Oh, churros and icy for Nicholas. That's a great combo. That's his two favorite things in the world. Anyways, the Men in Black ride, it's kind of like Buzz Lightyear, where you get to shoot stuff and get points and all that kind of stuff. But I remember from the last time I was here, it was a little nausea-inducing for me, so I'm riding this one out. Taking a little break. It warmed up a little bit so I can take off my jacket. Thank God, because I don't think it would have been tolerable with that freezing wind. The boys are on Men in Black. I'm taking a little break. That one's a little too much. It twirls a lot, you know, so I can't. Even with the Dramamine that I took, there's no way. So my thoughts on Universal so far. It's not my first time here. I mean, I've been to Universal in California many times than one here. The most favorite thing that I liked here that they took away was the Jaws ride. The Jaws ride here was 100 times scarier than the original one in California. And the California one still exists, but the one here, 100 times better. And unfortunately, it's gone. However, my favorite thing here that I do still love is the Harry Potter world. Outstanding. I have never been to the one in California. I'm assuming that it's smaller because they don't have a lot of space, like real estate, in the Universal California area. So I don't think it's going to be as vast as this, but I'm just guessing. I will experience that sometime in the future, and then I can compare it. This one I love. I love the Hogwarts Express, which is a train that takes you from Universal Studios Wizarding World to the Islands of Adventure. It's kind of like the difference between Disneyland and California Adventure across from each other. It's kind of like that. And this Hogwarts Express, if you have a park hopper, will take you over. If you don't have a park hopper, you won't be able to do that. And the Hogwarts Express is just like being on the Hogwarts Express train in the movie. And it's like you're passing by all the, you know, landscape and everything. You see it outside the window. The lady comes by, you know, with a cart full of, you know, snacks and sweets. It's like, I'm telling you, it's like you're in the movie. It's outstanding. It's wonderful. I love it. One time we came here and we stayed at the Cabana Bay, Universal's Cabana Bay Resort, which is a really cool hotel. And so we were here for multiple days, so we did not get a park hopper. We got a one-day, one-park thing, so we did one day, you know, per day, one park per day, sorry. So we didn't actually get a chance to ride the Hogwarts Express, and I was bummed because that's an experience. That's a ride in itself, and it's an experience. So I actually prefer just to do a park hopper. That way I can go back and forth between the two parks. And yeah, you can go back and forth. Once you have the park hopper, you can go back and forth as much as you want. So in my opinion, if you're gonna do it, get a park hopper. That Hogwarts Express is worth it. It's an experience. It's a great experience. It is a ride. So if you don't have it, you can't do it. So right now, obviously, just like Disney, a lot of things are closed here. Food places, that kind of thing. A lot of experiences like, you know, meet and greets, meeting Doc Brown, all that stuff. It's not available. Normal times. Let's just talk about normal times. It's cool. There are a lot of meet and greets at Christmas time. The Grinch is here. You can do all kinds of, you know, Grinch meet and greets, and there's parades and all kinds of cool stuff. So like next Christmas season, I would highly recommend coming here. The locker system here and the ride system is really weird. Like some of the rides, like the Mummy and the Gringotts, you know, ride where it's like a roller coaster, they will not allow you to take anything on, not even the small tiny lounge fly bags, not a souvenir bag, nothing. Your hands have to be completely empty because you're in this really tight confined seat with the overhead seatbelt system. There's no room for anything, so they make you get a locker. Now the free lockers are teeny tiny, like only my lounge fly basically, which is about that like thick, fit in there sideways. That's the free one, which they allow you to get for the duration of the ride. And then if you have a normal backpack like Scott has, you have to pay, I mean it's only $2, but you have to pay the $2 to put the backpack in there for the hour or whatever, or hopefully not an hour, but whatever duration it is to stand in line, go on the right line and come out, and then grab your backpack again. So that's a little crazy. That is not a pleasant experience. It's a bit of a hassle. I'm gonna catch Hogwarts Express, which is at the King's Cross station. Diagon Alley is down further. That's where we went initially. When you want to go across to Islands of Adventure and catch the Hogwarts Express train, you go into King's Cross, and here we go. This little tunnel that you go through really looks very similar to the underground stations in London. They made it very, very realistic, and that's one of the things that I really love about all of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. This is a line that you wait through until it's your turn to go onto the Hogwarts Express. Right now, because of Christmas time, they have all the presents. You see with the suitcases and the beautiful Christmas tree. All right, we are now going through the lines in the train station. The 9 3/4 platform we just went through, so they even have the correct platform to get into the special secret station to get on the Hogwarts Express, because not everybody can go to the Hogwarts Express. You have to go through the 9 3/4 platform. There's Hedwig, there are all the luggage, there we are, 9 3/4 Hogwarts Express, and there is the Hogwarts Express. We are ready to go. Hogwarts Castle destination. This is awesome. Here we go. So you guys, I highly recommend get a park hopper so you can go on the Hogwarts Express. If you don't have a park hopper, it won't let you on. This is so worth it. The experience is so worth it. They said, actually, I asked them, and even though it had that sign, the employees did say that I can take video, so I am taking video legally with permission. As you guys can see, this is like, before it takes off, I'm just gonna stand up. This is just like any train anyone's ever been on, like a European train, and the one obviously in the movie. Ron Weasley, Hermione, and Harry were going to Hogwarts Castle for the first time.
Stuff happens on the doors as well.
Yeah, so stuff So when you're sitting here, you're gonna see things happening. This is the outside window, so we're gonna see the outside, the landscape, and things will happen there. As well, keep your eye on the corridor. So this is the inside of the train corridor, and things will happen on both sides. So we will be videoing back and forth. And here we are at King's Cross Station, leaving the station on our way to Hogwarts. By the way? There's the Dementors back there.
I see Optimus Prime and Megatron.
Dark hour.
Let's find a compartment.
Could use a snack. Where's the food trolley? Hermione, can't you conjure up some pumpkin pasties?
Ron, food is the first of the 5 principal exceptions to Gamp's law of elemental transfiguration.
Do you know what she's talking about?
Oh, there's Dementors.
Are you alright, Harry?
I'm okay.
Okay, that was brilliant. Dementors on the Hogwarts Express. Foul, miserable creatures. Something from the trolley, dear. I'd say you'd earned it.
Any chocolate frogs?
Oh dear. Let's get back to your seats now. I'll try and round up these little runaways. Dementors in the front.
We've arrived at Islands of Adventure. And that was an awesome ride, and here we go. I'll let Scott go first to grab his stuff. Oh, so very, very cool. And this is from the outside looking in. So cool, isn't it? Awesome. Lovely, lovely. And if you're at Islands of Adventure and you would like to go back to Universal Studios, you can get on as these people are. They're hopping back on the Hogwarts Express to go back to the other side. If you have a park hopper pass, you can go back and forth as often as you like. We are at Hogsmeade. We're entering Hogsmeade. How beautiful is that? Oh my goodness. This is the new ride, Hagrid's Magical Creatures. We are gonna find the end of this line and get into the line for this ride. We've never been on this one before. This is brand new since the last time we've been here. Here is Hagrid's Magical Ride. I think that's what it's called. Magical Journey. Wow, it's pretty massive. This was under construction previously when we were here, so we could not go on it. So I'm pretty excited actually. There's a beautiful view of Hogwarts Castle through the trees. We are passing by Hagrid's hut as we go through the line, which is really cool for his ride. That's really neat. This is his hut.
As a reminder, all guests are required to wear physical.
Oh, you can hear them in there. Oh my gosh! Hagrid's ride is totally wicked! It is like one of the best rides I have ever been on. It was like Tower of Terror meets Aerosmith. And then they had animatronics all the way around. You go backwards, kind of like Expedition Everest. It was fantastic. It was like super fast, but not, and I'm a wimp, but not to the point where I can't go on it. It was exhilarating, it was awesome. It is by far the best ride at Universal Studios that I have ever been on. Hands down. I highly recommend everyone goes on it. It is fantastic. I cannot wait to go on it again. It is super exciting, super exhilarating. Triple, double, quadruple, whatever, thumbs up. Fantastic, fantastic. And there is Hogwarts Castle. Gorgeous. Wow. There's another butterbeer stand. You can get a lot of butterbeer.
You're mad, Salazar. Just watch. I'll wager young Mr. Potter and Gryffindor eat Slytherin today.
Boarding, it's always polite to ask ladies in your party where they like to sit.
Now, a warning.
That's a
Do
sorting
not
hat.
ride with flying wings.
We just got off the ride in Hogwarts Castle, and just a word to the wise, if you get the slightest bit travel sickness or motion sickness, it's kind of like you're on a stormy sea. It goes like this and this and this and upside down very slowly, but Scott, who has usually a very strong stomach, got nauseous. So that tells you something. I mean, I know that I have a very weak stomach, so I already knew in advance. So I think on this one, we're going to be skipping it in the future, and Nicholas is going to go on his own on this one. We are walking through Jurassic Park. Now, Jurassic Park ride is a very wet ride, so we're going to actually skip that one. We've been on it a million times here and in California, so we know what it's like. It's super fun, but it's way too cold to get wet right now. So Skull Island, Reign of Kong, Toon Lagoon, and Marvel Superhero Island. So Nicholas, his whole goal of coming to Universal is to go to the Marvel Superhero Island because that's where Spider-Man lives. So we are heading that way. Here is Jurassic Park, an awesome movie.
That's the third one.
Is that the third one? Yeah, I like Jurassic Park, the original, the first one, and then Jurassic World was really entertaining too. Jurassic Park Discovery Center. This is kind of cool to go into. It's got like a store and all that kind of stuff. Some exhibits and things like that. It's fun to look at. We've already done that. There's also a restaurant here called the Burger Digs. There's a mini dinosaur midway here where you can win some plush. Ahead of us is the Pizza Predatoria. I think that's how it's pronounced. Basically a pizza shack for those that would like pizza instead of the old burgers. Basically, your food choices are pizzas, burgers, chicken fingers, pizzas, burgers, chicken fingers, popcorn, churros, pizzas, burgers, chicken fingers. There you have it. I just gave you the rundown on all of the food at Universal. Here is the Raptor Encounter. We have done this previously too, and it's a lot of fun. We're skipping it right now because we're going on, we have some goals of Spider-Man and stuff like that. But it's really cool. There's a raptor in there you get to meet, and you get some cool photo opportunities. This is Camp Jurassic for kids to run around and have some fun. Not sure if it's open currently, but it usually is in normal times. Thunder Falls Terrace. That is another restaurant. They have barbecued ribs, rotisserie chicken, turkey legs, rice bowls, salads, things like that. So if you're sick of the pizza, chicken fingers, pizza, chicken fingers, burgers thing, you can come here for something a little bit different. They also serve beer and wine. Okay, here is Skull Island, Reign of Kong. This is the King Kong. Yeah. This is, well, actually, I actually think this is way better than Fast and Furious. We've been on Skull Island, Reign of Kong before. Shortly after we arrived here, we decided to actually buy the Express Pass, which is the Fast Pass system they have, but it's not like Disneyland or Disney parks where it's free, you have to buy it. And we decided that since we're only here for one day, we are going to buy it so we can get through the rides faster. Just got off the Kong ride, so it's like entertaining, but it's a step up from the Fast and Furious ride because they actually do have animatronics and things like that. The old Kong ride in California was cool because that was part of the tram ride, and you would go through like kind of like a New York setting, and then King Kong would be there, and he could actually smell the bananas from his breath when he went by, and it was kind of cool. So I kind of like old school King Kong ride back when, you know, it was part of the tram ride in California. So here's kind of like their Toontown area. This ride, you'll get very wet. Nicholas and Scott went on this last time, but it was a hot day, and they got soaked. I would not recommend going on this on a day like today, but they said it was a lot of fun. There's a Blondie and Dagwood. This is like old school from even before my generation. A Blondie and Dagwood a food area that we usually sit down and eat at. There's Slurpees and snacks here. There's icy here, Nicholas, to get refills. So if you buy an icy drink in a refillable cup, you can get it refilled anywhere. And this is one of the places where you can get it refilled at. And the ices are $5.50, but I think with a refillable cup, obviously, it's way more than that because you get to keep the cup. But like I said, he doesn't have to pay the $5.50. He actually can get it for free. This is a Blondie and Dagwood from the comic strip. In the olden days, they had a Blondie and Dagwood comic strip, and this is Blondie's home of the Dagwood. Dagwoods were and are big Subway sandwiches, so you can get all kinds of sandwiches in here, and there's great seating areas right here. You can see from all the old school like comic strips, they have stores and restaurants and some like water splash areas for when it's warm, ice cream, Betty Boo. It's a cute little area. I like it. It's very, very cute. Comic Strip Cafe, that's another place. But again, see, look, it looks like it's closed. Not everything is open due to COVID, so this is yet another thing that's closed, and options are quite limited. You'll find a lot of midway areas in between the lands that they have. Oh wow! Oh boy! Nicholas just saw his favorite superhero is here live. He gets to meet his idol. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you have more of a chance of maybe meeting him, and definitely more of a chance of getting Spider-Man. You have more chance of getting Spider-Man merchandise, and of course they have the ride here. We did meet him at Disney's California Adventure, and that was cool because they are building the Spider-Man ride there. Normally you can go right up to them, but because of COVID, there's social distancing pictures and meet and greets. But at least you get to meet and greet. Okay, go ahead and talk.
Nice.
Thanks, Spider-Man. Thank you. I don't know who the other guy is, so I don't know who to thank.
Good question.
Okay, so we don't know who the other guy is. I had no idea. I said thanks, Spider-Man, and I would have been polite and said thank you to whoever that was. I do not know.
He's one of the X-Men, I think.
I'm not into X-Men. I have no idea. So, typically, everyone, this area is packed full of people. Look at, there's all kinds of diners, ice cream, eateries, shops. This area is usually packed, but right now, due to COVID, it is far from packed. It is quite the dead zone. We are now slowly getting to, this is their Marvel area. And like I said, there's some kind of licensing issue where there's some Marvel here, there's some Marvel at Disney, I don't know. Nicholas doesn't care. All he cares about is that there is a Spider-Man ride. Nicholas and I are going on the amazing adventures of Spider-Man, his favorite superhero. Nicholas is beyond excited. He has loved Spider-Man since he was an itty-bitty little baby. We are going through the Express line, Universal Express. That is their version of the Fast Pass, but you have to purchase it. Here we are at the Daily Bugle. Nicholas, how excited are we, huh? Oh yeah. Big smile. You can't see it, there's a mask, but I'm telling you guys, there's a smile on his face. All right. Awesome, let's go. There's J. Jonah Jameson, right? Is that his name? J. Jonah Jameson. I got it. You know, I'm a Spider-Man mom, so, or a mom of a kid who loves Spider-Man, so I call that a Spider-Man mom. So if I don't know my stuff, then it'll be embarrassing. I have to know my stuff. Here we are at the Daily Bugle. These are everyone's desks at their job at the Daily. Oh, this is where Peter Parker develops his film for his picture. This is Peter Parker's area. This is Spider-Man's handprints on the ceiling because he's climbing all around the ceiling and
one of our Universal team members. Thank you again for your attention, and enjoy the rest of your day here at Universal.
Here are the filing cabinets of the Daily Bugle. Criminal mugshots, Bugle litigation.
Daredevil.
And we're back. It's a city in terror tonight, thanks to the sinister syndicate. The reports pour in of fire, theft, and what has been described as a strange green levitation ray that has lifted and removed the Statue of Liberty.
The New York Police Department does not yet have a handle on this chaotic situation and advises everyone who can stay indoors to do just that.
Apparently, we have Kevin Mitchell coming to us live from Wall Street.
We just got out of the awesome Spider-Man ride and it was fantastic. Nicholas loved it. I highly recommend it, especially if you have a Spidey fan in the family. Look at all the cool stuff they have here. Look at the neat mugs and hats and shirts. Awesome, wow. Look at that. Wow, this is a big store with Spider-Man stuff. This is the Spider-Man store that the ride comes out into. And this is the most comprehensive, massive Spider-Man merchandise store I have seen anywhere. No, Disneyland does not have anything like this. I wish they had something like this, especially for Nicholas because he just loves Spider-Man stuff.
I call them thing one and thing two. They are taken. Oh, so
On the way home, do you hear?
Said the cat in the hat.
I always pick up my playthings, and so I will show you another good trick that I know.
That was the Cat in the Hat ride. It was pretty cute. If you have little ones, they would love that. Of course, it opens up to a Cat in the Hat gift shop. What? That never happens.
That's gift shop time. Thing 1, thing 2, thing 3, thing 4.
All aboard, everybody! Gather all around! This is the special train that copies any sound. It's the echo-maniacal, super reliable, sounding like all day and night Audiomatic Express. It can moo like a cow. It can go moo, moobity moo. The trolley train can do it. Hey, how about you? Moo, moobity moo. Can you sound like a circus organ? The trolley train can boop. How about you? Can you go boop, boopity boo? Boop, boopity boo. Say, how about a walrus? Or the whistling breeze on the flying trapeze? Floop, zoom, zoom. Is there such a thing as an upside down sound? Listen to this. It goes swing, swing, swing. With the old king, hear a star on machine. Beep, beep, beep. When the trolley train goes rolling past, we know how it sounds to go really fast. With a swish, swoosh, kablast. Now don't you be last. Make the sound of fast. It's the sound of fun. Can you make it too? Wee, wee, woohoo! Like a beach ball, the trolley train is going boing, boom, boom. Hear the waves thunder. Oh, listen to this. What an earful of luck. We can hear the sound of old McBean's truck. Bang, bong, chug. Can you make that sound too? Bang, bong, chug, bang, bong, chug. Hey, all around. We won't forget all the wonderful sounds.
Heading into this one of the souvenir shops called Largest Selection Souvenirs. It's on the way out towards the Universal City Walk area. This is when you want to leave Islands of Adventure. You're going to hit a few of these souvenir shops. Are leaving Universal Studios and we are going to start walking down Universal City Walk. They have tons of restaurants, bars, and stores here. We're looking for one of the Universal Studios stores, so we're looking for a specific hat that Nicholas wants to buy. We are in Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville gift shop. They have really cool stuff. I actually bought a shirt last year from here. They have really cool shirts stuff for the house, obviously cocktail glasses. Look at these. Oh, guys, check that out, huh? This is great for any bar. You guys got a backyard bar or even an indoor bar. This is a cool little addition to have. Check out Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, the store at Universal City Walk. Parking structures at Universal Studios have different names of different Universal movies like Jaws and Jurassic Park, etc. So the Jurassic Park, the rows 500 to 600 area, which is on the very top of the roof of the parking structure, this is all Uber pickup area. So they have an actual official Uber ride app waiting area. You come up here and just put in your request through your phone, through your app, and you just wait right here until your Uber shows up. And this is actually where the Uber that we took from our Disney resort dropped us off in the morning. It dropped us off right here, and we went down all those escalators until we got to the Universal City Walk, and then we walked through to Universal Studios amusement park. Thanks for watching Penny on the DL. We'll see you on our next adventure. Have a magical day.